Good morning, everyone. My name is Emelina Salu Pena. I am one of Sione's many nieces, the youngest daughter of his eldest sister, Sione Laumasima. Today we gather here not only to mourn the loss of our beloved Sione, but to celebrate the incredible life he lived. Before I begin, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today, to support one another, to comfort our family, and to honor the man whose life left an imprint on so many hearts. They say a person's true wealth is not measured by the money they earn or the things that they own, but by the life they touch and the legacy they leave behind. If that is true, then Uncle Sione was one of the richest men I have ever known. For more than 30 years, Uncle Sione was a proud truck driver. He carried that career with tremendous pride, and rightfully so. Those of us who know trucking life understand that it takes such a special kind of person to do that job year after year. It requires such long hours, lonely nights, missed holidays, sacrifices that few people ever see, and an unwavering commitment to providing for the people you love. Truck drivers don't only move freight across America, but they keep America moving. They deliver the food on our tables, the medication to our hospitals, the materials that build our homes, and the products we use every single day. It is a career built on responsibility, discipline, and resilience. Uncle Sione understood that. He never looked at trucking as just a job. It was his calling, his purpose. It was how he cared for his family. That career gave him more than a paycheck. It gave him dignity and independence. It allowed him to build a comfortable life and provide for the people he loved, and became the cornerstone of our entire family. Growing up, I admired everything about him. He was always dressed so sharply, with his perfect little fro freshly graced with 3 flowers, his Dickies outfit with the perfect iron crisp creases, and his cowboy boots. Oh, those boots he loved so much were always polished until they glistened with perfection. One thing about Uncle Sione, he took pride in how he presented himself to the world. He believed your appearance reflected your character. He believed that if you respected yourself, you respected the people around you. Looking your best wasn't about vanity, it was about dignity. He wanted the younger generation to understand that. Even now, when I think of him, that's one of the first images that comes to mind. I remember sitting there as a little girl watching him get ready for work. To anyone else, it looked like an ordinary morning, but to me, it was like watching a superhero put on his cape. Every button he fastened, every crease he straightened, every boot he shined. I watched with admiration because I knew I was looking at someone extraordinary. He was our superhero. I know my siblings and cousins would agree with me. We all wanted to grow up to be just like Uncle Sione. Strong, independent, hardworking, fearless, reliable. Someone who could take care of everyone around him. Someone people could depend on. That was Sione. His 2 greatest loves were his family and his truck. Sometimes I think those 2 things represented everything about who he was. One represented where he always returned, which was home to his family, and the other represented everything he was willing to endure to provide for them, his truck. If you didn't know Uncle Sione personally, I hope that gave you a little glimpse into the man we knew and loved, and helps you understand why this loss feels so enormous. As the years went on, something incredible happened. Many of my siblings and cousins became truck drivers ourselves. Without even realizing it, Uncle Sione had started a legacy. He inspired an entire generation simply by living his life with integrity. Nothing made him more prouder than seeing us follow in his footsteps. He knew we understood what that life required because we were now living it ourselves. I became a truck driver too, and just like him, I fell in love with the open road. There's something about trucking that changes you. It teaches you patience, responsibility, humility, and strength. You learn to solve problems alone. You learn to persevere and sacrifice. Every mile reminds you that the people waiting for you at home are worth every challenge along the way. Whenever I climbed into my truck, I often found myself thinking about Uncle Sione. I understood him in a way I couldn't have as a child. I finally understood the sacrifice, the exhaustion, the pride. His shoes, however, they were simply too big to fill, not because he expected perfection, but because he set the standards so high. As much as I admired his work ethic, what I admired even more was his heart. Family meant everything to him, not just his immediate family, all of us. His nieces and nephews, his brother and sisters, his cousins, his friends, even his co-workers who became his family too. He never made you feel like you were facing life alone. He believed that families should stand together, protect and forgive each other, show up for one another, love each other despite of our imperfections. That's a lesson I think we all need now more than ever. Today I encourage every one of us to honor Uncle Sione not only by remembering him, but by becoming a little more like him. Be more forgiving, more patient, more understanding and accepting. Speak kindly, love deeply, call your family more often. Visit when you can. Don't let disagreements become years of silence. Life is too short. If Uncle Sione taught us anything, it's that family's worth fighting for. Look out for one another. Carry one another through life's difficult seasons. Celebrate together, grieve together, laugh together, because that's what family does. One of the greatest honors of my life was getting to surround Uncle Sione during his final moments. It is a memory I will carry with me forever. My last words to him were simple. They came straight from the heart. I said, Uncle Sione, it's okay to let go and rest. I promise I will always be there for Yvonne. I will make sure she's okay for the rest of my life. His final breath was heartbreaking, but it was also so peaceful, because I truly believed he knew he was surrounded by so much love. Yvonne, my love, thank you. Thank you for sharing your dad with all of us throughout the years. I know that he belonged to you first, but somehow he made us, every single one of us, feel like we belong to him as well. That is a rare gift. Look around this room. Every face you see is a life that your dad touched. Every tear represents a memory, and every hug represents someone he loved and who loved him. Every story shared today is another reminder that he lived a life that mattered. This is your village. These are your brothers and sisters, your aunt and uncles, your mothers and fathers, your cousins, and your long life family. The same village that your dad spent his life loving, protecting, encouraging, and caring for. Whenever life feels heavy, remember today, remember this room. Remember that you will never carry this loss alone. We will carry it with you, because that's what Uncle Sione would have wanted. To my Uncle Sione, thank you. Thank you for your strength, your sacrifices, your wisdom, your examples. Thank you for every mile you drove to provide for our family. Thank you for every lesson you taught us without ever needing to say a word. Thank you for showing us what hard work looks like, what loyalty looks like, what family looks like. Thank you for always being our superhero. You will always be part of who we are. Your legacy lives on in all of your children and grandchildren, every niece and nephew you inspired, every truck driver who chose this path because of you. Every time we choose family first. We love you. We miss you. We honor you. We will continue to tell your stories and speak your name. We will continue to carry your legacy forward. Rest peacefully, Uncle Sione. Your work here is finished. Your journey home is complete until we meet again. We love you. Thank you.